You know, guys, I was gonna go to the wedding this past weekend. Yeah, you know which one. The Bezos one. But I had a scheduling conflict. And then my jet wouldn't start. And then the invitation got lost. I mean, everything was happening. The universe was conspiring against me. I couldn't do anything about it. Really. So I got myself some Rocky Road. And I binged on Squid Games 3. It was time well spent. Anyway, so this video, or should I say this audio, is more about the takeaways from Squid Games 3. I hope that you weren't thinking that I was going to talk about the wedding I missed. I think we've heard enough about that, didn't we? Anyway, I've watched all 3 Squid Games, and I really liked this one because it tied everything together nice, almost like a philosophy was spoken to us if we could just grasp the messages. So these are about 6 or 7 takeaways that I got from Squid Games 3 after I completed that season. Spoiler alert, I will probably be referencing scenes. If you haven't seen Squid Games 3, then you might not want to listen to this. I will definitely be ruining it for you. Anyway, first one, 3 keys make a hole. Anyone who saw the last season knows that in one of the games, the players were wearing keys, and they could not get into the door that would help them find the way out unless they had all 3 keys, I believe. So the scene, to me, 3 keys make a hole. I believe that the message there was sometimes you have to work together to find a way out. Next message. Children are born into the game, and they, too, must play the game. If you've seen the show, you know that one of the players was pregnant, and she gave birth to the baby, and the baby did not get to choose if it wanted to play the game or not. Much like society. Much like what young people say today when they say, I didn't choose this, I wasn't born into this. What I noticed, though, was that in the games, the main character, I forget what his name was. Gishun, maybe? He had to carry the baby to keep the baby safe after the mother could no longer do it. So even though children are born into the game, a seasoned adult can help carry it through. Because Gishun was seasoned because he had already played the games before. Another takeaway. The elite need new games. The elite were in a different part of the building that housed the games, and they always were wearing masks, looking and enjoying themselves and eating food and drinking wines and trying to somehow alleviate their boredom that could only happen through new games. The message, I think, there is an obvious one. It's that the player's obstacles becomes the entertainment of the elite, which leads to one of the games, the jump rope game. All the people knew how to jump rope, so I'll say that reminded me of how society will keep you jumping. No one cared if you grew tired and weary. Another takeaway message, sacrifice. Though front man gives Gishun advice and a way out in episode 4, the end for Gi Shun was really only through his sacrifice when he shed his fear. At that moment, there was another life that was more important than his own. And that is when the game stopped for him. I think the last takeaway would be at the complete end, when everything was wrapped up, and then it becomes clear that the games are global, that even if they're not being played where they were being played at the beginning of all 3 seasons, that they will be played in another part of the world, and there's nothing that anybody can do to stop them. I like this season. I thought it was really well written and constructed. I thought the actors were superb. I liked how the camera really captured the expressions in people's faces. I think I really would have liked to see a little bit more connection between Frontman and his brother, but that really didn't happen. And I think that the question at the end where they were saying humans are, and then they left that unanswered, I think that almost could have been replaced with the question that Frontman asked Gi Shun a lot, which was, do you still have faith in people? That seemed to be the common theme of the whole entire show, was having faith in people, to the idea that they would treat you right, although the games are wrong. And Gi Shun has to learn that it's not about the faith that he has in people, but that he had to be the good thing that he didn't see in other people. I like the way it ended, although it was sad. But that's life sometimes, right? I will probably watch it one more time, maybe, because the acting was very, very well done. And I've watched a lot of Korean shows, and the acting and the writing is often better than the writing is often better than what's being written in the USA right now. I mean, even with a movie like The Train to Busan, and I think it was released maybe around the same time as Brad Pitt's, I don't know, what was his zombie movie? World Z? Something like that? I don't remember. That's probably all the evidence that you need that it wasn't that great. Anyway, it paled in comparison to Train to Busan. Yeah, the movies in the USA, they're not hitting anymore, so they need to get it together. We need better writing. We need more expression, if that's possible, from people who still act these days. And less CGI, as my kids say, and more craft. Anyway, thanks for listening. Bye-bye.